Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how we can install VMware Workstation Player on Ubuntu Linux. VMware Workstation Player is a virtualization application that enables running different operating systems virtually. We can deploy various applications on these virtual machines and they can be distributed with preset environments. Virtualization is a very popular industry practice which empowers organizations to reduce server cost, thereby less cost of ownership, faster deployment and upgrades, quicker versioning and sharing. There is one more popular virtualization software in the market, that is Oracle's VirtualBox. Selection of one over another is definitely at the user's discretion. In order to perform this installation, first we will need to download the installer for VMware Workstation Player that has to be installed on the system and the user that is having sudo privileges to run following commands. For starting with the install, first we would have to prepare system with essential libraries. In order to do so, simply open the terminal window by typing Ctrl plus Alt plus T or going into the activity window and search for terminal. Once open, simply type sudo apt install build essentials. Once complete, this will update system with the essential libraries that are needed. Now, in order to begin the installation, first we would have to download the installer. For that purpose, open a browser and simply type VMware Workstation Player. As you can see, the first link is from the VMware's official website. Simply click on it. At the time of installation, the available version for VMware Workstation Player was 16. As we can see here, there are two versions available, one for Windows and one for Linux. As for this scenario, we are going to install it on Ubuntu Linux. We will be selecting VMware Workstation 16 Player for Linux. Simply click on Download Now. This will start downloading the installer onto our system. For most of the cases, it will be downloaded to our download directory of the user. But for specific reason, if the folder has been changed or the download directory has been changed to a different folder, then we would find the file there. Once the download is complete, simply go to your download directory and you will see the file available there. This is VMware Player Workstation version 16. Now, in order to begin the installation, first we have to make this file executable. This can be done simply by selecting the file, right click, go to Properties, then under Permissions tab, simply checkmark the box for Allow Executing File as Program. Once done, simply close. Now, to begin installation, we can either run it through a manual method by double clicking it and open with the perfect installer, or we can go it with a terminal window. To do it through a command line interface, simply open up command line by clicking on Ctrl plus Alt plus T or by the activity window. Since we already have it open, Simply execute the following command: sudo and hit enter. This will start extracting the installer and begin with the installation. Once installation is complete, we will be presented with a message like installation was successful. Now, in order to open VMware Workstation Player for the first time, simply search for VMware application in your list of applications. To go there, simply click on the activities window and search for VMware. As we can see, VMware Player has been installed. Simply click on it. This will open the application and we will be presented with a end user license agreement acceptance. Simply click I accept the terms in the license agreement. Click on next. Then on the next screen, you will be asked to review the following license agreement to continue. Since we are going to accept it, simply click I accept the terms in the license agreement and click on next. Now on the next screen, you will be presented with a question. Would you like to check for product updates on startup? We can select yes or no at this point of time. Click on next. Now on the next screen, you will be presented with another question, customize the installation, where we would be presented with an option of joining VMware Customer Experience Program or CEIP. You may join or wish to leave the program at any time. Since we are going to join, simply click on radio button for yes and click on next. Now, you will be presented with a screen where we would have to provide the license key for commercial use. Since we are going to use it for personal use, it is not an open source system or an open source application, but it is free for personal use. Since we are going to use it for our demonstration purpose, we can simply select use VMware Player 16 for free for non-commercial use. After going through all the prompt messages and selecting the desired option, we will be presented with a welcome message. Simply click on OK. From here on, we can start exploring the application where we can create a new virtual machine or open a new virtual machine. We can also upgrade to a VMware Workstation Pro. For this demonstration purpose, let's see how we can create a new virtual machine. For that purpose, select the operation create a new virtual machine. Once this is done, we will be asked whether we would have a installation media available. If it is going to be an ISO file, simply click on use ISO images and then browse an image from your repository. For this purpose, since we do not have a media, we can simply select an option I will install the operating system later and click on next. Here you will be presented with the options which kind of virtual machine it is going to be, whether it will be a Microsoft based Windows, a Linux system or another application. We are going to install Microsoft Windows, so I will simply select Microsoft Windows, and then in the version you will be presented with the available list of versions which can be installed in VMware. I'm going to install it for Windows 10 64-bit version. I will simply select Windows 10 x64, click on next. I can give here the name of the Windows machine. I can type it anything, simply click on next. On the next screen, we have to define how would be the capacity or how much would be the capacity of our disk. For the same purpose, I can keep it as default as 60 GB or 60 gig, and similarly we can also change it to a desired level. We can also have an option available whether we would like to split the virtual disk into multiples or we can keep it as a single file. For the demonstration, I would like to keep it as a single file. Simply click on this option, click on next. Now on the next screen, you will be presented with final parameters for your review. You can either go with the selected option which you have already selected in the previous screen and click on finish, or you can click on customize hardware. In customize hardware, we have option to perform various activities such as increase the memory for this VM based on your system memory, I can increase it from 2 GB to an extent I would like to prepare. I would like to have my system ready. At the same time, I can also increase number of cores of my processor. Once done, simply click close and click on finish. This will create your virtual machine. Since I do not have any operating system installed on this, I would not be able to run that. But I can select an ISO image or another USB installer and I can perform that installation thereon. Thank you for watching this video.